The first 10 amendments to the Constitution are known as the Bill of Rights. In this video, we're going to explain each one of them. Let's get started. Amendment 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. This means that you can't just go around kicking down people at stores and taking their stuff if they haven't done anything wrong. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule. For example, if a person has a valid search warrant or if they consent to a search, then officers legally can conduct a search. Also, there are some other exceptions such as the plain view doctrine, which allows officers to seize evidence of a crime if it is in plain view. The purpose of this amendment is to ensure that citizens are not subjected to arbitrary or tyrannical government actions. It was inspired by the English philosopher John Locke, who argued that the government should not have the power to arbitrarily search people's homes or seize their property. Before the adoption of the Fourth Amendment, the British government had the power to conduct warrantless searches and seizures on its citizens. This was seen as a violation of their rights and led to the inclusion of the Fourth Amendment in the Bill of Rights. Amendment V. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury. This means that the government can't just charge you with a serious crime without bringing you before a grand jury first. The purpose of this amendment is to protect the accused from being wrongfully charged with a crime and to ensure that only serious charges are brought forward. It was also inspired by English common law, which required that serious charges be presented to a grand jury before a trial could take place. Amendment 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. This means that if you are accused of committing a crime, you have the right to hire a lawyer to represent you in court. If you are unable to afford a lawyer, then the court will appoint one to represent you at no cost to you. The purpose of this amendment is to ensure that everyone accused of a crime has the opportunity to receive a fair trial. Before the passage of the Sixth Amendment, the accused did not have the right to counsel, which meant that many people were convicted of crimes they did not commit because they could not afford a lawyer to defend them. Amendment 7. In suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall remain. This means that you have the right to a jury trial in any civil case where the amount of money being sued for exceeds $20. The purpose of this amendment is to guarantee the right to a jury trial in civil cases. Before the passage of the Seventh Amendment, the right to a jury trial in civil cases was not explicitly stated in the Constitution. Amendment 8. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. This means that if you are arrested, you cannot be forced to pay an exorbitant amount of money in order to be released from jail. Additionally, even if you are found guilty of a crime, you cannot be given an excessively harsh sentence. The purpose of this amendment is to prevent the government from imposing cruel and unusual punishments on those accused or convicted of crimes. Before the passage of the Eighth Amendment, the government had the power to set any amount of bail or impose any amount of fine or punishment. This often resulted in people being forced to pay exorbitant amounts of money in order to be released from jail or being sentenced to cruel and unusual punishments such as being flogged. In conclusion, these 5 amendments to the Constitution make up the first part of the Bill of Rights. They guarantee the rights of the people to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures, to not be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process, to be tried by a jury of their peers, and to not be subjected to cruel and unusual punishment. These amendments are important because they protect the individual rights of citizens from government overreach. If you want to learn more about the Bill of Rights, stay tuned for our next video where we will discuss Amendments 9 and 10. Thank you for watching.